Hey guys, it's me, Luigi Net Game, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club Plus. In this episode, we're gonna be doing Trust, Part 2. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm recording this, I think, since it's 10 p.m. and I recorded around 8, 12 hours or so after I originally recorded the first part. Another day passes. In a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kind of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask her about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence of Sayori's mother mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Worriedly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Sayori, I'm sorry to break this, but I don't get your logic. Monica massages her forehead, struggling with the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things. Oh, it's about her depression that we learned about in the main game. But as unfair as it is to Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the need of her friend. I'm sorry. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay, I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put this aside so we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? Oh, that's a weird thing to talk about. But what about recruitments? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. This soundtrack is just fucking amazing. Like, before I unlocked more of the soundtrack, I was just sitting here in my bedroom just listening to whatever soundtracks I already had unlocked, and I got an achievement like for listening to the soundtracks for over 20 minutes, which it kind of happened because I fell asleep while listening to the soundtracks. Well, I'll probably keep listening to it now because of this fucking amazing soundtrack. This new fucking amazing soundtrack. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this. Okay, for a moment it didn't sound like I said one, but I'm pretty sure but my voice just kinda died. You can just start off by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. That would be a good way for me to express myself, since I sometimes have it. Never mind. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a college where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica puts out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, "You idiot," after she writes it down. No, keep it. Wait, I mean, what? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to be to police your feelings, right? Police? Is that what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's police. Be as dramatic as you want. That was just. Oh yeah. Underneath the scribble, when Monica rewrites "the idiot," she stares at the paper. Her words start to stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down that I'm mad at myself for, and then I did it the exact thing anyway. This is really gonna take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues to exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica sheets out paper, beginning to look fairly lively, peppered with all her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it, but it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying to make me happy. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. There we go. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing with you. Sayori beams. Where's the beams? Where's the laser beams, Sayori? I'm kidding. It just reminds me from watching an animated Markiplier series on the original game. I'm sorry. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay! Let's do it! Monica and Theory proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it. Only a matter of time before they find more members. Oh, I just love the soundtrack. Another day passes. Sorry, I cough when I get nervous. As usual, Monica's the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. I'm completely positive that's Sayori, because of the next side story that comes afterwards, that underneath the I forgot what this one is called. Trust, I believe? It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new... Sorry about that, guys. I thought someone was coming, so I kind of just stopped the recording because I'm recording this late at night, so... Yeah, I got scared, so... Yeah. The new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Right the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be the president if I can't even demonstrate what the club activities is supposed to be about? I probably said that wrong. The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight of Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. The debate club was always about rigged structures, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conventions. Conventions? Is that how you say it? It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through the mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh! Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. Oh. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. Wow. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk and stops for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down at the distant desk. Bad day. Me too. You too? The new flyers look so good. You've been working so hard on the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be runnable. Sari takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down and stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sari gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Oh. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just kind of zoned out for a bit. Man, I feel bad for Sayori. That her depression is part of the story in the main game. Sayori. This is really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I never told anybody before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to the club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I am scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sari must have taken days to work up courage for this. Where Monica owns futile but genuine effort, actually the push that Sayori needed. Sayori, the late breeze can can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this promise where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me? You can just be happy instead. So, I never tell anyone about these kind of things that... Sorry, I was putting the volume down. So, I never tell anyone about these kind of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. Yeah, that is terrible. Sometimes I think I can compare to Sayori sometimes. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me, what's wrong? I know that's because it's used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think I just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the club, what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence and our friendship doesn't have to change. That's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Oh, she's crying, kind of. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayori emotions radiate between them. Man, I'm sweating. My room is hot. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're strong. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward, but it's nothing else. I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you like. Oh, a CG. Oh my god. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. From here, it kind of looks like she has her head on her nose on her breast. Yeah. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torment of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enhancement by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. Oh, this is a touching moment. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Oh, why does my coughing have to... My nerves have to... Why do I have to cough when I get nervous? Sayori breathes. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she's never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. Oh, I'm so restless. Oh, no, you're not, Sayori. Oh, this is so sad and touching. I'm worthless. Everyone to be better off without. No. Oh, this brings a pain to my heart. She suppressed a sob down her cheek. Oh my god, she's crying now. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me. And I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me. And I just want to die. Oh my god. I guess her depression was this serious. Oh god, I wasn't expecting her depression, like the main story, to be this serious, but oh my god. As soon as she opened her eyes, Monica opened her eyes again. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. She wants to be what Sayori needs right now. Okay, I thought I read it wrong. So she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would do. Man, that would be a good friend to help them through their darkest times. You'll have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gentle nod. No more words are needed between them. Oh my god, that was a touching moment. The two of them share their embrace. Oh, okay, never mind. Where did I get the word them from? The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needed. Once the breathing steadies in her sniffling, Holy ceases, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up also, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people. No wonder she doesn't do it in the main game, or as we see in the main game, so as the player. I don't know if anything's gonna happen since I haven't finished the game yet, as I'm recording this. Yeah, well of course, it will always be your choice. But if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired and hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can stay. That's it. Definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiled. But I might want to go get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sounds of the door cause the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. It's gotta be Yuri. It's gotta be Yuri. Let me look at here. What's the next? Sorry. Understanding. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. It's Yuri. Well, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye, everybody.